Hey guys, it's Lucid. Welcome back. I got another episode for Yomi here for you guys. It's turn 78, and let's see what we got going on. So if you recall from the last episode, we have kind of dealt... Agarth is basically done. We're just cleaning up the last bit from them. So we have the final kind of going out message. Good game, glad I could add some rarely seen elements to the game. And that's a reference to... breaking the seal. So I think I'm really glad he did that too, and way to play the whole game through, even though you had a really rough RNG roll of a starting location. A message has arrived for Lanka. As a Christmas gift, Oceana is now free from his suffering. For the rest of you, the stars will align in 216 years, and your souls will finally rest in the great vortex of the lost. From the great demon hordes of Lanka, Redrum the Gross. Kind of funny. We're trying to kind of instigate war in everybody. With everybody else. Like, they're not really full-on attacking us yet. I mean, they kind of are in the Hinnom area, but... that was a message to everyone. I don't know if I'm doing it too. I think I've been a little slow on some of my Diplo messages out to incite people to attack us, but... I try. Okay, so Alex McGee, who is our Flames from the Sky caster, he cast Flames from the Sky. A powerful fire blast shortly hit him after casting a spell, but was not injured at all. He was also hit by a frost blast shortly after casting a spell, but survived. Flames from the Sky hit an army, and 35 units were killed. No, that doesn't seem like a lot, or that it's worth it, but a lot of those are mages. Most of the people that were there that survived were their troops. So, probably, that's actually not bad. That's probably like at least 10 mages. And I'm rolling in fire gems, so... and as a trade I'm willing to make. You can see 2 vampires this turn. I think I have the Soul Stone, or whatever it is, that lets you do Call of the Wild, too. Yeah, here's Call of the Wild going off. Unsuccessfully, I will add. Horror's going off unsuccessfully. We got a really bad roll on how many we got. We see Kailasa just, with a heavy-handed use of their Lich, saying, hey, we're gonna win to death the shit out of you. This looks like a magic phase attack, too. So, it doesn't actually work very well, unfortunately for him. We may have gotten him some afflictions. Let's just see what his state is right now. A lot of afflictions already. Lost an arm, chest wound, limp, crippled, never healing wound. Let's see if we can get him some more. Diseased. I don't think he had that before. That doesn't really matter, though. Okay. So yeah, he murdered some PD there. Where was this even? Right here. Interesting. I guess if he was going to attack that with a proper army afterwards, it would have been kind of funny. Alright, next we have a Danava coming in. In a battle with an Archdevil. Danava's probably going to win this, because it's a significantly better chassis. For those of you who don't know, when you get Danavas, you get them as a unit, and you have to turn them into... If this guy had a Holy Scourge, he probably would have won. You have to turn them into a... Oh, this is Aquaman. That's kind of funny. Did he give him water-going gear? I guess not. But that devil dies, and then he keeps coming back in to die again. I mean, he has given this guy a limp affliction. That's, This guy's just racking up those afflictions. This actually is kind of hilarious. This is how I feel about Phoenix Pyre. This is like best case use. Oh, man. Oh, fucking died against shit. Right, meanwhile, you're like losing arms and shit, and your gear's falling off. Oh, don't worry, I got this, bro. This time I'll get him. Okay, and then he runs. Finally wises up. That summarizes my thoughts on Phoenix Pyre 90% of the time. Okay, there's all the blood slaves. Let's go back down to the events. Got a lot of battles for you. We'll go through these. Okay, let's just take a look at this army coming in from Relay, see what we think about it. So it's a bunch of these guys. I actually kind of dig these, the Androleths. You can only get them in coastal forts, and they're kind of expensive. I forget, what's their... We can look afterwards what their cost is. I think they're like 25 or 50. I think they're 50. So they're kind of expensive, so you can think of them like Illithids, but they have decent gear. They have a Bronze Curious, they have 2 weapon attacks, and then a Mind Blast. The nice thing about the Mind Blast, I think, and I haven't actually really done this in practice, but you could theoretically put buffers that are just going to fluff them while they do their whole Mind Blasting cycle, so you get a longer time to fluff them, potentially. They don't have a ton of HP, but I think they probably could be okay. Like, with a lot of fluffing, they could be good. Let me just put that out there. Like, if you think about it, in 10 turns, you put 1 Astral Mage in the middle, he could potentially, by the time these guys are done, have all of them ethereal. Right, or like 1 Nature Mage casting Protection could theoretically like get all of them, you know, with Bark Skin or Iron Warriors or whatever. Whatever you want to cast, I think, and then after that they would be pretty tough. Okay, a Lankan army rolls through Saramatia. We need to look at the throne situation too, because that is something. We are going to war with the monkeys to get thrones. They are a very throne-rich continent, and we're nearing in on the thrones we need for victory. This actually is a pretty epic battle. This looks like the little enslaved mind trap that had gotten a dude before. Now this guy has 25 MR, and he's got a hill sword, which is a kind of fun thing. It gives you partial lifesteal. And quickness, and a Frostbrand to deal with chaff, and a Vine Shield, and an Rainbow Armor, which is pretty legit, and an Anti-Magic Amulet. That's why his MR is so high. So he's not going to be easy pickings for Enslaved Mind. And then he jumps back here, and is just killing all their mages. They're trying to hit him with Paralyze, but it's not going to work. Okay, and he's just killing everything. So yeah, that's what happens when a high MR super combatant stumbles into an enslaved mind trap without a ton of magic pen, and without particularly killy troops. So this, in theory, is good at dealing... This is kind of what I think is interesting about Dominions, is, you know, there's like the rock, paper, scissors, and so, like, this is something that is designed to be good against thugs, but then, and super combatants, like, that is specifically what he made this for. But then you have a super combatant designed to have enough MR where this is basically negated. Now there's a chance that he just straight up like fails an MR check and dies. But I think the odds were that this is what happens. And indeed this is what did happen. Wraithlord moving through proceeds to kill 6-8 Shark Tribe. #value. Vampire coming in. Warrior Mage coming in. Dakini gets a big face full of Archdevil fun. Please tell me a Holy Scourge. No, just a Stinger. Stinger, good weapon, guys. I'm gonna put that up there. This guy, pretty high defense. This is actually legit armor, guys, by the way. Chainmail displacement is legit good. Good protection, not very high encumbrance, and good defense. Okay, Forces of Yomi. It is a little expensive, though. Just light rating. I think we're going to take a look at the score graphs after this. There's been, the past couple episodes have been a lot of just looking at rating. Did they steal him? Okay, they stole him. Problem is, when you run a super combatant into an astral nation, there's a very good chance you get stolen. So, Kailasa is now the proud owner of a King of Banefires. There you go. That's what happens. Are there a lot of yogis here? 17 yogis. Some number of shamans. We'll probably, I bet you $1 we're going to hit this with Flames from the Sky this turn. We'll have to look, see what my orders are. Okay, Danava kills a bunch of chaff. More rating. Lanka with some undead rating. Does not go well. Okay, we kill a priest. Okay, like here you can see 280 units were hit, and then 5 units were killed, so not many. Some earth gnomes attacked us. Okay. So those are all the events. I think I made it through those in record time. So this battle, which I was hoping to take place, did not take place. Which may be good, because I didn't have ground armies scripted. Maybe... Okay, we don't have that figured out, but we are moving in somebody with air magic that is going to put up, hopefully, fog warriors and... No, mass flight, because this guy can't. I don't see any fog warriors, but the thing is, they're going to put up storm, so mass flight's not going to work, so I'm probably better off doing fog warriors. Just saying. And I have a crystal matrix, so I probably could cast it. I don't know what the deal here is. And it's possible turn 1 mass flight. I don't know how that will interact with them casting storm, but we'll find out. Flames from the Sky not going out this turn. I guess we're getting some ghost generals to deal with. They all died, and I've got a bunch of Oni here I need to move around. We're going to continue sieging because it's in all likelihood he's going to come smash this army up into here. So we might as well be there to fight it. I don't really want to, like, risk... Oh, I'm sending Jojek in to storm. I don't think there's much inside, and Jojek, you may die, buddy. But this is kind of probing. We'll see. That's really all that's going on this turn, is this battle over here for me. I mean, Lanka is continuing to raid everywhere, but it's like very mixed mixed kind of how effective it is. Yeah, that's very mixed. But this army, right, it's kind of come down from here to here, and then it's moving here, and then it's coming over here. So this is going to be one of the critical turns we're going to need to win, and this is a very big, scary army from Lanka. I am firing at anything that gets close with Flames from the Sky. Like this one's targeting 188, which is this province, which has a fair amount of astral support. I don't know, what's the most numerous unit here? Not a ton of stuff in terms of troops that will die from Flames from the Sky, but hopefully I get some of the mages. Possible we could kill some of the ghosts, which are pretty good units. No, not likely. So it's really just going to target the mages, but that's what we're aiming for, killing these yoginis, or these yogis. And then potentially some of the priests and the gurus, they should all fall. So that's what's happening over here on this front. Are we finally mobilizing another army? No, we're not. But are these guys mobilizing? Okay, we're finally mobilizing another army. And do I have everybody? Let's see who's actually going out. Okay, I don't actually have a ton of mage support going on. I've just got this guy. So we'll probably have to pull in some people from up here. Unless I've got people from here coming out. Okay, Rick Khan is moving out. He's got a good set of... Now, I'm also doing some stuff down here, which I should probably look at. I know I've got somebody coming down there. Okay, yeah. So we've got a golem, and our golem is going to be heading into the ocean. Now, he's got a claim of pearl, so I can do returning if I need to. He's got a shade mail halbergen, so I can scoot around without being magic-phased attack, because that's something I have to worry about. A shield of gleaming gold and a firebrand, because if you don't give the golems a brand, they don't kill anything. The only thing that really kills things is this area of effect, because they have shit attack. And then he's got this, just because you have to give him something. And this will help wear down thugs, so that their defense gets low enough that the golem can actually hit them. But aside from that, not super valuable. I guess it can clear like one chaff a turn, which is not horrible. He's going to be going to 135, which is right here. So hopefully he comes in here and kills the temple and all of these preachers that are trying to eat our dominion as it pushes forth. I don't know if we're actually mobile. Yeah, okay, so we are moving an army southward. We've got Lord Varignon with the Skull Staff. I think I'm really I think I'm really being kind of lazy. Like, I should be moving more of these guys out, but I think for whatever reason at this point in the game, I wasn't putting a ton of time into the turns. And so, like, to put like a proper army out, you have to put the right gear on them and, complain. So, the other thing is we kind of haven't been picking a war down here. And once I commit them to a war down here, it's even longer to move an army up this way, but I think that's fine. So we're starting to move out some armies this way. We'll send some Dione, I'm sure, to catch up with them in a turn or two. But let's look at score graphs, because I said we would do that. So provinces, you can see we've been on a steady rise. Lanka, because they have been doing most of the heavy work in terms of raiding, they are significantly larger than us. In terms of forts, Lanka and I are about tied. And that's because I do my fair share of the lifting when it comes to taking infrastructure. But for raiding, that is basically Lanka's game. Income, you can see he's way ahead of me. Gem income, he's ahead of me too. But you can see this is basically all telling the same story, which is that we're getting closer and closer to winning. Research, we're basically tied, but we're probably not first place in research. Dominion, we are doing pretty damn good. Our Dom push strategy is definitely in full effect. Army size, you can see we're continuing to grow. Lanka is kind of growing too, but they've had some bigger battles. And yeah, I think that's it. So with that, I think we'll call it for this episode, and we'll see you again next time. Let's make sure I don't have any outgoing diplomacy. Nope. Let's make sure Boogie's not doing anything. Nope. Alright. See you guys.